My manipulative boyfriend pulled a cheating prank on me on my birthday, so I left and went MIA for days. He somehow convinced me to stay with him, but then revealed a disturbing secret about the prank. Last week was my birthday, so I got off work early, but when I came home I saw a random woman lying on my boyfriend. When he saw me, jumped up, then got in between me and the door as I had turned around to leave. "It's just a prank, sweetheart," he said, and out of nowhere 10 of his friends came downstairs with a cake and presents. I was crying as I thought I had just been cheated on, but my boyfriend told me to stop. "I know you said you didn't want to party, but don't you think this is cool?" I kept crying, however, and that's when he got more aggressive. "Oh my god, stop being so sensitive. It was just a prank. I put all this effort in so you could have a fun time and you're crying." I immediately pushed him out of the way and walked out, got in my car and drove off. While driving, my phone started to get bombarded by texts, calls, and messages from my boyfriend and our friends. When it got too distracting, I just turned off my phone and went to a hotel that's far enough from my place. By the time I got to my hotel room, I just started sobbing. The next morning, I made sure to tell my team leader first that I would be absent for a few days due to an emergency, and she was kind enough to accept my request. She probably noticed something was off with me because I was sniffling and my voice sounded weak. Right now, I plan on telling my aunt who lives near my area about what happened and asking if I could live with her for a couple of days until I sort out my mind and know what I have to do next. I'm deeply heartbroken because I've told my boyfriend and my friends before how I felt about cheating and how it essentially ruined my family growing up and my young mind back then. My mom cheated on my dad and it broke our family, and I got cheated on by my first boyfriend, and I don't know how to face and respond to them all after all that has happened. Maybe some time away from them will help, I hope. Update 1. I packed my things and prepared to go to my aunt's house, which wasn't that far, but still a bit of a drive nonetheless. When I finally got there, she was incredibly welcoming, and I thanked her for allowing me to stay in her house even just for a while. She gave me a tight hug and told me I was always welcome and that she will be there to help me when I need her to. She eventually led me to the spare bedroom that they have in their house and helped me unpack my stuff. She is honestly such an incredible woman and I love her so much. She's basically the mom I've always wanted. Once I was done unpacking, I was again confronted by the fact that I haven't opened my phone for quite some time now. I've avoided it for so long that I didn't think I could open it again, but I knew I had to. The moment my phone booted up, hundreds upon hundreds of texts, chats, and missed calls popped up on my screen. Even if I was still hesitant, I decided to open my chats and looked at our friend group's group chat first. The chats from the start were all very frantic in nature, with my friends asking about where I was or what happened. But after scrolling down a few more times, the chats turned into them apologizing that the prank happened and that it was not on the plan at all. One of my friends even blamed the girl that was on top of Alex, my BF, and thought she was untrustworthy. Finally, the chats ended up being them hoping they could contact me and wishing I was safe. I guess they knew I just read their chats because as soon as I was done back reading, my friends immediately knew I was online and asked how I was doing and where I was. They also started apologizing again for not being able to stop the prank from happening and that they didn't know that was going to happen and thought the original prank was going to be something else. At this point, I was thoroughly confused because they seemed happy enough to be there during that night, but I knew I had to apologize to them first for ghosting them and asking their side of the story first before speaking about what had happened. Essentially, they were simply planning a surprise birthday party for me with Alex in a group chat that didn't include me. Then, my BF added a few more people into the group chat, saying that they were college friends of his and he wanted them to be a part of the surprise party too, since they also wanted to meet and get to know me better. As a suggestion, one of my boyfriend's college friends pitched the idea of them pranking me. The plan was, my BF is going to be on the couch with a serial unaliver, holding a red knife and fake stabbing my BF while the unaliver was on top of him, and while my boyfriend is redding out everywhere. My BF's college friends thought it would be funny to see my reaction, although my friends were initially skeptical. They reassured them that it would be harmless fun, and that once my BF and the friend who'll be acting as the unaliver got their desired reaction on camera, they can just tell me that it was all a prank, and my friends and my BF's other college friends would come out and surprise me with their gifts and stuff. My friends eventually agreed, so as long as they don't drag out the prank and immediately reveal everything once they captured my reaction on camera. The day of my birthday comes, and everything they've planned seems to be going smoothly, with them waiting for me. My BF's college friends ushered everyone to hide while they set up the prank, and when it was done, they would hide too. When they finally heard my BF say they can come out, they thought the prank was a success because I looked absolutely mortified. But they knew something was up when even after the prank was revealed, I was still looking shocked and almost teary-eyed even, until I finally turned around and left. They were understandably shook and confused, thinking the serial killer prank was too much. But knowing me, I wouldn't have minded it at all since I love scary movies and an avid horror enjoyer. That was then they realized that my BF's female college friend was on top of my BF, not wearing any costume and not holding any fake red knife. They then saw my BF pushing his female college friend away from him and chasing after me. Some of them also tried to follow me, while some were asking what happened to the original plan. Even my BF's other college friends were wondering why their female friend wasn't in costume, but she was just silent. After a few minutes, my BF came back to our apartment looking distraught and crying. He then tells everyone that they should all go and proceeds to go to our bedroom. They wanted to ask him what happened, but he shut the door before they could. His female college friend then followed him inside, which really weirded them out. But after a while, they hear my BF shouting at her, telling her to F off. She then goes out the door on the verge of tears and leaves the apartment. They said everything happened so fast that they didn't know how to process all that had happened. Not too long after that, though, they realized that I was missing and started calling and texting me, but I didn't respond to any of them. Eventually, I was unreachable. I turned off my phone and decided they should just go home and wait for me to respond. My BF's college friends apologized profusely to what has happened and didn't mean for any of this to happen, but they basically just ignored ignored them. They then followed their retelling of their side with videos that they've recoded that proved their accounts, along with an apology and wishing that I was doing well. After my friends told me what happened on their point of view, I felt really terrible and apologized again for ghosting them and telling them that everything that happened was none of their fault. I told them that I would make it up to them soon, but they reassured me that they accept my apology and are just happy that I'm alive and well. They also pitched to have a late birthday celebration with me this weekend, and my boyfriend and his friends aren't included this time. I of course happily agreed and thanked them for being such great friends, and that I really couldn't thank them enough for being such an awesome bunch of people. The morning of the next day, my aunt knocks on my door and wakes me up, telling me that I have a visitor downstairs. She looked a bit mad, so I can already tell who it was.